The Ellesse Hooodie by Daniel Savage. In the midst of a journey through the cities and towns, I stopped for a visit to my brain's playground. Sitting on the sand of a Cambodian island, I decided to take a dip in the sea. On my way down to the water, I slip and trip on my Ellesse Hooodie. Nicked of every cent of the balance that held me up, like a slut on the strip of Magaluf. I cracked my head on a stone in the sand, and from that point on, I'm in no man's land. How could a simple trip expose the light of life that was in front of me the whole time? It's like I've been on the scenic southbound route to Grey Stones, with my head stuck in my poxy phone, my whole life. Despite the fall, I head for the sea. Before my eyes, I couldn't believe. A fish in a shell the size of baby bell cheese. As it sits in the palm of my hand, I began to finally understand. What's the difference between you and me? Wandering through time, trying to rhyme the lines that'll beat the currents of the deep blue sea, to get you to where you want to be. To be the last shell beaten on this beach of no guarantee. He's sick of hiding in the gaff on his back, giving him comfort as soon as the waves hit his knee. Because one day, the shell of privilege will be washed away by the ruthless world of adversity. But there's nothing I can do to guide him. So I place him back on the battlefield of survival and say a little prayer to Saint Anthony. As I saunter back to shore, eyes still rattled by the trip before, I slot my arse back into the sand and glare across the opulent land. Striking my considerable attention. No. Incomprehension! My brain has entered the third dimension. Officially, I've literally just had a fucking epiphany. I'm staring across at this tiny island just off the coast of mine.
Sitting there looking at him thinking, maybe the penny's dropped, maybe somebody's actually got to your head to say,
a rock the size of me bleeding shed is home to countless forms of life, and it goes unsaid. Fucking mad ecology, entomology, ornithology, dendrology, and botany. Little though, innit? 50 birds, 30 trees, creatures of various entities. Today's the day I open my eyes to the beauty that lies beyond people and things. On a day that I thought I had witnessed it all. What the bleeding? Where the fuck did you come from? Three little rascals emerge out of nowhere. Although, the stage of development caught my eye, and as time went by, my conclusion began to solidify. 3 separate ages. The first was the little fella, whose intentions were pure. His only desire was to love for, and play with, and be loved by, before saying goodbye. Because he had the attention span of a fucking Tamagotchi, to be honest. And the next, Jesus Christ. He reminded me of me when I went to underage rights. Horny as Harvey Weinstein. His intentions were far from pure. The only thing pure about this fella was the pure determination in his eyes when he grabs you by surprise and is about to pure vandalise your fucking leg. So the last was the one that I favoured most. He's past the humping. He's past the attention. He legged it after one sniff me. He's been there before. To him, I'm just another tourist who tries to smother him in kisses. But he's gasping for a breath of fresh air. All he wants to do is to explore the unfamiliar. He's the headphones and the world is his auxiliary. And the waves are the music to his ears. A miniature inspiration of ambitious aspiration. The dog's made a move and I'm flexed out once again. Still on the mend from the trip. Still comprehending. Still expending. I'm gazing across the water with a fat smile on my face. Before it was promptly erased by the water that was laced in litter. It was a fucking disgrace. I'm not messing. You should have seen the state of this place. Destroyed by the sheer ignorance of the human race. Clogging up the finite airspace. Too busy running around in a polluted workplace. In a self-centered capitalistic rat race. Pursuing a fucking paper chase. Fuck it. It was good while it lasted. I'm going back to the gaff. So I get back to the hostel room which is down the back beside the stinking jacks in the back arse of the complex. And I'm sitting there, flexed, on the bed. Emer's sitting facing me, until her face turns red. She's about to drop dead, but instead, she suspends as her temperature ascends. Emer, talk to me, please. Let me help you, man. Until she reveals what has left her paralysed. A fucking rat run up the wall, man. My life flashing before my eyes. The two of us hop into her bed, trying to improvise, as the rat's presence starts to traumatise. So we wrap the mosquito net beneath the mattress, hoping to sanitise our fucking conscience. Would it be wise to make a break for the door, or would it jeopardise the whole operation? Or do I sit here and wait for the situation to neutralise? And it was then that I began to sympathise with the rat. See, this room is just part of this fella's journey. And I'm afraid of him, and he's afraid of me. And scavenging is just part of this fella's idiosyncrasy. He's just passing by on his route from A to B to get him to where he wants to be. To be the last rat running in this world of no guarantee. I hope you enjoyed this soliloquy about the mysterious day on a rock by the sea. And if you did, well, don't thank me. Thank the delirious trip on the Ellesse Hooodie.
I barely sleep.